Hello everyone, my name is Sandeep Pratap and I am with SAP's Ariba team, and this video is all about IoT integration to backend SAP ERP systems, and we have 3 demos in this video. But without much delay, let's get into it.
Our first project here is called Orbit, or our live digital manufacturing model. And what this is designed to do is we wanted to tell the story of a manufacturing process. So what we did is we took Legos and 3D printing and we built this contraption in order to simulate the manufacturing process, okay, right? And so what we have is inside each of these little balls, we have RFID tags. So if you want, you can pass it around. You're not gonna be able to see the tag in there, but there's a little tag in there. And then what we do is we treat the balls as if they're products, and as these products make their way through the different modules, we scan them, and then we collect the data, and then we send it to SAP Cloud Platform. We actually also have an integration where we use one of our products called the Digital Manufacturing Cloud, and we then can manage the data and manage orders and that sort of thing in the Digital Manufacturing Cloud. So what I'll go ahead and do is I'll put this container of balls, it's all kind of the same, just a different color. We'll put this in here. And so what you're going to be able to see is as we turn this on and let everything run, you're going to see the data getting updated on our cloud platform dashboard in real time. And so we're actually using, so actually I'll go ahead and turn it on.
You guys can go closer.
Yeah, you guys can step in as close as you want. So as these are getting sampled, we run everything off of these Raspberry Pis, and they don't do the Raspberry Pis don't support certificates, so it gives us, so we have to whitelist them, but then SAP will figure out that it's like doesn't support certificates and we'll kick it off. It's a big so while that's loading, and so you can kind of see this is a really cool, engaging sort of demo. It's got all these moving pieces and that sort of thing. So it makes it really nice to take this to events, because then people walking by are thinking, hey, what's going on with all these components that are moving around? And then they come and kind of ask about the technology, and then we can kind of give them an overview of the story and everything like that. Little computer, right, that we can do actually a lot of really cool stuff on. Oh yeah, okay, so now you can kind of see the data is getting updated on our dashboard, and so you can see we have a count going of how many items are making their way through the process. We have like a production rate that we're managing, and we're projecting how much we want to be, how many products we want to be producing, right? We have our efficiency that we're working at, so if our modules can spit out 100 balls a minute, how close are we to that? I think the calculation is 60 balls per minute. And then we have a work in process list, and it's a little goofy now because of the internet problems.
So does it integrate with ERP?
We have 2 versions of this. This is a very custom dashboard which is only actually being shown on the SAP's Cloud platform. But we have another version of the same demo which actually integrates with DMC, which is our digital manufacturing cloud. But the process starts in ECC, so you create a shop floor order or a production order, you call it, in ECC. Then you release the production order from ECC. It makes its way to DMC, the digital manufacturing cloud. And that's where it's ready for the production manager or the plant supervisor to execute it and orchestrate the whole production process based on your resources, based on the equipment, all that stuff, good stuff, right? So let's say I create a production order in ECC which has 50, let's say I'm producing a unique product and I have 50 to produce. I release that quantity, it comes to DMC. In DMC we have a small dashboard where you can say, okay, I want to release this order within DMC. When you release that order in DMC or Digital Manufacturing Cloud, you can see all the unique SFCs which are getting created in every process. So let's say this is the first process, which is assembly, and then it goes to, let's say, printing, drying, quality control. But for the demo purpose, we only have scanners only at 2 locations, but you can have a scanner at every location, right? So then we can actually find out that, okay, one SFC or one unique serialized product is taking how much time from the tooling or assembly to the next workstation, then the next workstation, then the workstation. equipment in your facility to our asset intelligence network and then really live stream the data to DMC. So let's say you have an equipment which is relaying the constant information like fan voltage, temperature, all other these indicator parameters or the attributes of the equipment which are very critical for production. Then you can monitor those and say, okay, this particular equipment is really operating on a very high fan voltage or high temperature. I want to stop this equipment and then orchestrate the whole process, bring another equipment into play and then manage the whole orchestration of your production. So there are multiple versions of this. What Alex was also earlier mentioning that it is very scalable for us because this is all on just a very simple Raspberry Pi, right? So a lot of times what happens what happens is pre-sales Latin America or European guys or APJ or EMEA, everybody will just order this unit, we assemble this unit in a house here and then we send them everything. But then that gives us a really base platform to create these demos, but then we can put any story on top of that. So we have a cloud platform story for now, but then we can add a DMC story which is digital manufacturing cloud. Then we can add a story which is ECC integration. So that gives a really base template and then we can just play with the stories however you want. Any new product comes from SAP or any new functionality you want to showcase or highlight, then we create stories on top of that. And all these products and all these stories are available on sapdemostore.com.
Okay.
So pre-sales colleagues can download those, run the demo and then move to the, show them.
Okay, Alex, I think you also mentioned, since we all kind of represent the Ariba team, you said some integration with our Ariba network,
Yeah, so actually, let's go stand over here by Jim really quickly. So this is kind of the second version of this project over here, and even though it looks kind of different, and what we're trying to do is we're trying to simulate a supply chain now, right? So this is the manufacturing process, and this would be the supply chain. And what we want to be able to do is we're going to have some of these modules. So some of these modules are going to be representing. So let's say the story right now that we're working with is coffee, right? So you have coffee beans that get collected from the farm. Those get sent to a processing plant. Then they get sent to a distribution center or warehouse. Then they get sent to retail locations, right? And so what we want to do is we want to be able to, from the retail locations, if you pull some of the balls out of the location, right? We want to be able to detect, hey, we're out of products over here, and then we want to create a Ariba purchase requisition automatically, right? And so then that really kind of allows us to better tell the intelligent enterprise stories of, hey, you want your system to be taking care of these things that a person would normally be doing, but it allows us to do that sort of thing. And so so this is still in development, as you can see, but it's kind of cool that you guys get to see this because it's kind of the middle of our development process, where we're really kind of prototyping it, and and it looks messy and everything. But it's actually really cool because Jim did a ton of research with how the hardware and the software all needs to integrate together. We're still wrestling with it.
Why don't you speak a little bit?
So the idea here, I mean, you can't really tell what's going on, but the idea is each one of these is a sorter. So it's to be able to visualize an entire supply chain from start to finish, right? So there's actually going to be these tubes in between each one of them that act as the transportation, as the routes between each one of them. So there's actually sorters on the top here that divert the balls, and I'm actually setting that up right now. But the idea is there's these two different colored balls right there, and you can actually pour them in, and it can detect which ID, it can read the ID and decide the routing information, based on the routing information, decide where to send it on what route. So I was actually able to sort the balls out to yellow and blue, just as a proof of concept. So it's each one of these, so we've got Arduinos on all of these little devices here, and they all talk over this 2-wire back to the Pi, and the Pi is making the decision. So it's just kind of like us taking technology that's out there and kind of squeezing it down and making it fit on a tabletop just so that we can tell a story. Right?
Yeah. Again, this is a great example because this is telling an agri-business story. So we took a coffee as an example, right? But you can put soya bean on top of it. You can put what was the
wine?
Wine. We are talking about wine making on top of this. So it just gives us a really flexible template and just tell multiple stories at the same time using the same physical model.
Yeah.
So also one question from what you told earlier, like
Yeah.
the integration with the production systems.
Yeah.
Do the parameters automatically flow into the ERP? Are
Yeah,
they
yeah.
direct?
So it's all done through SAP's cloud platform. And within the cloud platform, we have all the destinations which are created for our backend systems. They're talking to backend system using Cloud Connector, and it's just very easy REST-based integration. And it's very flexible. If something goes down, we are immediately aware of it, and then we can show the customer that, hey, because of SAP's cloud platform, integration is so easy to the backend system. Most of all, it's an enterprise grade integration because there is a security protocol, everything is all taken care of, so you're not just doing something over the internet, right? You have to have the authentication key, secret key, all those good stuff, so that you have a secure tunnel to your backend systems.
Okay.
Right. So that is what we try to do.
Okay.
But I think we're only providing a platform, right? Because there's all kinds of things you can detect with a sensor.
Yeah,
True,
exactly.
We're not going to be able to code what we're
Exactly.
detecting, right? We're only allowing them to send a signal, and then you have to do the custom
Yeah, I mean,
development
every
to figure
business
out
process
what's
is
input
different.
and what you want to
Yeah.
output.
Yeah.
And because what the customer wants to see is they want to see themselves working with the software, right? And so that's why a lot of the things that we build, it'll have a custom look and feel specifically for the customer, because that's what they want to see. So actually, we got to take this. It was really cool. We got to take this to a big wire manufacturer that's in
Southwire, yeah.
Georgia, Southwire, and their process is actually super duper similar to this within the manufacturing and the insight that they have. And so it was really cool because we were able to, as we were showing it, we were talking about all these sensors and stuff, and they're like, well, we have sensors, we just need to know what to do with the data, and then that's where we can really push in the SAP Intelligent Enterprise.
Yeah, we can do a lot of things, like you can do predictive maintenance on the equipments and all that stuff. So everybody knows the predictive piece. We are not talking about that much because we want to tell the end-to-end story. So if you are a traditional SAP shop, you have ECC, you have Fieldglass, you have Ariba, you have whatever SAP flavors. We are trying to tell a story which is end-to-end, that okay, something happens in ECC, how you can orchestrate it in DMC. A new labor or like a new workforce thing happens in SuccessFactors, then how do you actually make sure that it's available for you for labor management within DMC? So these are all interconnected stories, and that's what we try to do mostly. Sabil, do you want to take over and show the retail shelf?
Yeah, so here we have a retail demo that's kind of showing like smart retail, and here we have simulated a retail shelf where you have many different shoes and products. So on our iPad app, let me just open this really quick. So I'll sign in as a store sales advisor. That might be someone helping you in the shoe store. I sign in, and what I'll do is I'll click onto my map and see an alert that this gentleman here is interested in certain products in the store. So they might be coming in the store, they can lift a shoe, and then all the details show up immediately on the screen. And as well as me as a sales advisor, it popped up here. So you guys can come a little closer and I'll show you how this looks.
So you know well in advance that what customer is interested.
Yeah, exactly. So you can pick up one of those top shoes there, and then you'll see that it changed on my iPad as well. It has the shoe up here on the top, and since these are all hard-toe shoes, then I think that's the only sensor that broke on me. But all the other ones work. So these are all hard-toe shoes, and so what you can see is that it changes, and every time it changes, it's giving me suggested products. It's saying, hey, people who have picked out this shoe, they have usually like these two products to go along with it. So it gives us some idea of what is there. So then I can actually click on this, and I can see what's in stock. I can see, I can add it to the cart. I can here I can do a runner request. Like I'll ask you, hey, what's your shoe size? You might say, okay, I have a shoe size in 10. There's 2 of those in stock. Hey, backstore runner, can you please bring this item up front? So when they've done that, the runner gets a request on their iPhone. Let's say the customer is coming in, they're like arranging the shelves in all these different ways, then what will happen is I got a notification on my phone, and now I'm the store advisor, and I, with my Face ID, I log in. I'm going to refresh, and I see that my runner request came in. So now I'm going to look this up. I'm going to start scanning all the boxes I have in the back of my store to see which one's the right shoe. And you can see it's highlighting in blue, so let me move my hand a little bit. It's highlighting in blue, which is the right shoe.
You not search for it.
No, it's just because it has a barcode. It's saying, instead of you going, all right, they're looking for a size 10 and that shoe color that's brown for this edition. I'm just quickly looking up, reducing my time in the back. I grab that shoe and bring it up front. So that's using machine learning systems. It's using AR systems that's inside the iPhone as well. And then what I'm also going to be able to do is check out the shelf arrangement. So I can look at this picture and probably arrange the shelf, but I'm a high-tech guy, so I'm going to start using augmented reality and start looking. Okay, it's looking, hey, where's the black boot? So this is here. I'm going to scan here and say, all right, let me just look. It's saying this is good, this is good, this is good. So I think if I go, let me just turn my thing around. It should be telling me which one's the right. Yeah, so it's saying this pink runner is not right. This one needs to be the black boots. So I'll be switching those around. And I'll keep checking it. And then I'll say here. No. So it's recognizing the shoe. It's saying that's in the right place. It's saying, okay, this shoe, you can see this black shoe needs to be here. So I'm moving this around. And then now I'm checking this shoe. I say, oh, these two need to be switched around as well. So it's telling me 3 products are incorrect. So now I'm going to be able to look again. And it'll say, okay, this is the black shoe. This is the pink shoe. This is the, sometimes it likes angles. So this is the black bowling shoe, and then this is the green. So now all my shelves are correct. I can send that to my manager, and like everything is set. Everything. Now customers can come in, keep looking at different shoes, and bringing their products in. So it's kind of a full life cycle story. You're getting to see a customer engage with the product. You're able to see how a store advisor can use an iPad to kind of help the sales cycle, maybe upsell a little bit, as well as, a store runner has all this phone technology that they can use to pick up boxes real quick, change the order as they need, as well as you can have them restock items as they're getting low on the shelves up front too.
So you said some reorder point saying that it will place automatically the requisitions?
Yeah, so I don't know if it would be a requisition, but let me see. I think we don't have that piece with the Ariba requisition part, but we just have like the restock merchandise part where I can say, check if this shoe's in stock. I can just check that and say that confirm that this shoe is back on the shelf now. So that's really the restock aspect of the story.
Yeah, again, this is a great example of SAP and Apple partnership.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to emphasize on that a little bit?
Yeah, so this whole demo came about actually a couple years ago. Apple and SAP had a big partnership where Apple allowed for SAP to create this huge SDK that allows for enterprise-grade applications to be built onto iPads and iPhones, because Apple themselves were seeing, hey, we have a lot of daily consumers, but we're not really getting into the enterprise side. So how can we do that? Let's partner with SAP. Let's get all these, technology here. Let's get the apps looking with the same look and feel that we need, connecting to our ERP systems. So that's really the big aspect of the partnership. And so all of this is being done by an Apple TV's in the back running it. We have our iPad here, and then my iPhone, the whole app.
Which is really cool. Yeah. Very awesome. Now, Zach.
We would always have all these cool demos sitting here, and we would be working in here, and we'd hear people say, oh man, I really wish this was running today, or I wish this one, I could have shown you this, because we take these to events and conferences, so they're not always here. And I've definitely heard people come up to, and they're like, oh man, they moved it. So I thought, well, we could probably show them on this giant TV we have sitting here something about it. So I created this way for people to, if they were interested in this demo, they grab a card and tap it on this reader, and then it will start playing an information on any of the demos that we have running here, even if someone's not here to present it, because you don't really know what's going on even if you just turn that on. And we can walk through even more detailed things and show like a augmented reality experience to multiple people at once, which isn't necessarily easy when you have just one device and people huddled around a screen to see it. So it also is, we're planning on taking it to conventions. So if we were to go on a lunch break or even just have it running, people could see all the products we weren't able to bring to them to the show. They could see everything else that we're working on. And this can be adapted to any sort of video content that you can produce.